Alright guys, welcome back to another video. So we are here on difficulty 15 now, so it's the last video we were on 14 with the electric boss. We're making our way up through that ladder, of course. We're looking for that 17 difficulty, and we are approaching the grade 5 category, which is nice. I'm sort of saving a lot of my materials for that, but to talk about that on stream a lot. So when it comes to this boss, there's a few things to point out, and I've done this boss many times, and I know we all, are used to that attractor field. And now I did this boss before the attractor and ever used this. Obviously, it made it more trivial, 10-second cooldown. We all know it. It's been nerfed. However, we are still going to be using the attractor field here because the damage it brings in combination with center of mass and the fact that we are still, shooting the boss. We are going to get some DPS boost here for sure. Okay, so first let's go with the spec, and then I will show you the gear and the combat level. So the combat level hasn't changed from the last video. We're still sitting at the 31. At this point, what we're doing is trying to push our second augment, open up our second augment on our weapons. It's going to be a great percentage of damage, and it's actually going to line in almost and very close to difficulty 17 right when we're going to need it, so it's going to be nice. Okay, so let's start things off with the regular setup that I am very comfortable using, and I still have 9 points, so I actually have to put a few into this. Don't ask me. It's because we do have the glitch where we lose this ability when we reset, so I had to wait until I zoned into an overland map. Okay, so the voice, of course, I'm going to be using that to drop the boss in this fight. You may be comfortable using the sugar wire. Of course, go ahead, use the sugar wire. I like the voice. Compel, you could even use them both if you want. Still going to get a cooldown reduction of 30%. This one's 25%. Could use them both. I like using just one of them. I get away with it. And let's go ahead and move on over to the next. So energy capsule, again, a very popular choice for me, at least. Like you saw in the last video, we can safely pop this in combination with this. However, with this fight, we are using poison, so it's going to last a bit on the boss. It will still drop her out of the air, but we have to be mindful of the fact that it's not going to always be a safe bet for a heal. Expect a pyrocket if she's poisoned. Remember, a dot is going to break that for sure. Attractor field. Now we are utilizing more suspensor here on the fight, and there's one big change that I made on my side when it comes to that. And when I used to do this fight, it was always sort of grounded. I was always on the ground. There's a lot of downsides for that because you're reloading your weapon too slowly. You either can't get your distance from the incoming pyrocket before the splash damage gives you the dot. But if you are suspending, it kind of gives you that extra movement speed when you are reloading your weapon. You're going to see here in a second. All right, so battle hardened, of course, because we are going to, I don't know if I explained it in the previous video, but the battle hardened is going to benefit all our trooper abilities. So again, cooldown reduction, of course. We don't necessarily need this, however. But it is going to up our DPS. I did want to play around with exploit weakness, but since we are attractive fielded in the boss, this is not going to apply as effective as we should be. There's a bit of a workaround here, but again, that workaround could just be not as efficient as straight up, damage. Could just take too long. But, so we're going to go with just the reducing the cooldowns and the death from above. I like to use this ability. It's an extra 20% of damage. That's huge in my book. We're not gonna use manipulate instability again. We're using the attractor field. We're more on the range side instead of the lightning boss where we're using the shoddy. Now, when I originally did this boss and how we all did this boss, well, not all of us, but the attractive field, in combination with that shotgun, really trivialized this boss to a point where you still have half your spice by the end of it, and it is just absolutely ridiculous the amount of pumping that you can put out with the shoddy. If the boss is effectively locked down, it's insane. So that has been changed, but no worries because we've always handled it a bit differently anyways, and we'll do it again. Okay, so for the last tech, this is an interesting pick. We have death from above, we have the battle hardened. I could go with you know, Suspensor Dash. You can go with that. Disciplined Breathing, of course. I do like to use my stamina to do that last second dodge if we need it from the Pyrocket that's coming in. Manipulate Instability could be good again for the ad because we are going to use a lightning gun and a scatter gun to deal with the ad, and sometimes we'll even use our rapier, which we can get some stagger damage in. But do we actually need it, or is it overkill for the ad? Probably overkill. So let's go for the Disciplined Breathing, or again, we're stamina we're using all the time, but in mix with the Suspensor lock setting, we're going to be in the air a lot of times, so we're going to make use of Suspensor Efficiency. We're going to make use of, and again, I respect a tiny bits from the previous spec in the last video, and but we are going to make use of the Overcharge, extra power. I like to see it, and rerouting, power generation, again, more of a personal flavor on my side, as I like to stay in the air. And yeah, that's essentially the spec. Now, the one change that I made is I didn't pick up the passives up here for the swords. The reason I don't do that is because we're not really using a sword spec for the bosses. We can get away, and we're not using spice in the room, so these are only activated in that regard. But by the time, you know, we are, you know, full combat spec, we'll be able to grab these and we'll be able to spice up at the beginning. And for speed runs, that's probably what you're going to want anyways. And then the fact that I did that, I was able to push my points over to inspiration, but that's a whole other video and not part of the spec for this one. Okay, so that is our techniques: battle hardened, death from above, disciplined breathing as they come. I like just what I like to see. Now, actually, hold on, I one ability that I completely screwed up here is so battle hardened. Like I said at the beginning, this is a very interesting pick. You don't necessarily need this because, you know, our cooldowns are pretty reduced in spice mode anyways, but it does up our DPS. Now, the disciplined breathing, it's either one or the other. I want to keep the damage multipliers, of course, but this, in my eyes, acts as a damage buff as well. Just getting these abilities off a bit more. And like I said, we were in the air a bit longer. We're going to get rid of disciplined breathing just for now, because, of course, center of mass is the flavor. Of course, you want that. You don't want to forget it. Okay, so let's get to the fights. And let's get to the gear just really quick. We are running Forge 4, Forge 3, Forge 2, 2, 2, and 2. And Adaptive Holtzman, of course. Power pack right there. What's our energy sitting at? I do want to bring in the power harness and the circuit gauntlet so I can suspend a bit longer in the air. But I don't have the proper graded gear for that. Plus, it's not Forge gear. However, you know, we shouldn't really get hit by a dot, but I think the mitigation is going to give us just enough to, if we do get hit, it may not turn into a dot just yet. You know, you might see that, but the ideal thing is to not get hit. Alright, so of course for the weapons of choice, Helix Pick if we need it for the ad, but probably not need it. Lightning Gun for the quick shield destroyer of the ad to a shoddy as we compel the boss if we need to. And then our boss killer is going to be a Regis combined with the multipliers with a center of mass, tractor field, suspension, essentially. And I'll show you why it works so well and why I don't really have to worry too much in this fight. Okay, so let's, one last thing I just want to point out before I start this fight is the setting over here. And I went over it on stream, and I might be, again, just, you may already know about this. I didn't use this setting too much. I might turn it off for PvP. I might turn it on for boss fights. I might just keep it on if I get used to it. But for me and the way I play, it's easier to aim with this on. And again, that might be just because I have my suspensor belts keyed to my mouse, which I aim with my mouse. So it might just be easier for me. If it's on your keyboard, it might be easier for you. Alright, so enough of me yapping, let's get to the fight. And again, I just wanted to break that down for you. And you already know the combat spec if you watched the previous video. But just a 31% damage, 15.5% mitigation. Not really getting much from anywhere else. And we only have our gear and nothing to pop like poison or radiation pills for the fire. So, alright, let's get to the fight. So I'm probably going to pop my spice around 75 because I do want it for the end of the fight. But yeah, I can compel her right off the start here. Oof, I didn't even reload my triple shot. So yeah, basically that suspensor belt just allows me to stay in the air and get those shots in a little easier with the death from above. Now you can see the damage on that. It's not too crazy. This is a triple shot 3, and it does have a graded 3 damage multiplier, about 20% on the heavy caliber, I believe, something like that. It's not insane, but we're gonna see the damage multiplier here when it comes to attractor field. 1 second. And I just think that bar is going down just a bit quicker. And I could position myself in the air and not go as fast. And you see, I can still dodge all of these. No worries. You know, if you're strafing, if you need your stamina as well, you can also just strafe like this, and you get your stamina back. If she's not in the air, usually it's safe enough to do so. And you can just kind of chill it out. I mean, a lot of these fights, you don't have to take it so fast, right? You know, spice is a thing, of course. Spice is you know, you want to have the spice going. But, you know, you don't have to take it too quick. And see, yeah, we're just pumping that when it comes to even just the damage. And, you know, this is a triple shot sitting just over 600 damage. It's not anything insane. We're seeing about 1,200 damage or so, or even more on triple shots going forward. So it's double the damage, and it's absolutely going to be ridiculous when we're going into these higher levels for sure. And needed, absolutely. All right, so pop the spice. We're getting ready for the ad. And we're just keeping that damage on her. Now we're gonna have a bit of a... We have poison on her, right? Now the one thing we're gonna want to make sure we do not do is jump in the air and shoot our gun. The ad is gonna destroy us, absolutely destroy us, one-shot us, and we're going to die. Do not do it. Trust me, it is bad. If you know what I'm talking about, you already know. You're in light armor, it's not gonna do you any favors. Kill the ad on the ground, go back to the boss, compel the boss, deal with the ad. That's just the way I like to handle it. And back to the back to it. Now we're okay to jump in the air and do this and drop her shields because she's using a pie rocket. And it's not going to really affect us too much. Got to get my shots. I'm going just a bit quick than what I need. You could see how I can sort of match her in a way. That's obviously an issue. All right, so we're gonna wait for that poison to drop. Just give it just a second, and we're gonna get into a combo here. Let's see if this is enough to push the face. Oh yeah. We're just gonna chill a bit. And not even that, you can see how I'm popping my pill in the air too. This never would have been possible on the ground and dodging all of those bullets at the same time. So again, we got to make sure we respect that part of the fight. Get that stamina back. Now, I've tested a lot of things out with this boss. Again, obviously Shigawara is a very popular option. I just like, I'm getting Compel anyways. I don't have to spend much in it. Shigawara should be fine at 1, by the way. I don't know if you need to increase it. I like to save the points. Again, we're not going to jump in the air. We want to make sure we deal with this ad. Add just a bit of poison to it. Now, I do want to, in terms of kill times, we can definitely increase the kill times, and let's... right in the ad's face. Alright, ad's almost down, and we can do a compel to the boss to get our stamina back. And get ready for that last phase. get the stamina. We want to start pushing because, again, our spice is starting to run out here. So we want to make sure we have it for the last phase. Usually it's the bit more of the damage side. Again, we're just trying to use that death from above most effectively. Ooh. But yeah, that red bar is absolutely moving quicker. I'm not sure if it's so much quicker when it comes to the... I need to shoot her a bit quicker there. I haven't taken the fire yet, so knock on wood. We're gonna probably lose the mitigation. Now, another thing that kept happening on this fight is I pop it off the start, right? Pop the spice off the start, and you usually have it ready to go for that last phase too, but we're pushing it here. We're pushing her. Usually you can get that off. Oh, no, that's not good. Oh, dude, in my face. Yeah, so for that, now I've done a responsive planner belt as well. You just don't go as quick, and I don't know if it works well with the lock as well. We should be fine here. I like going clockwise. Yeah, that's all I have to do. And we're just gonna pump. Now that's enough stamina for me. Again, we're just making circles. Waiting for that. Now, another thing is shooting your gun, reloading, and then dodging those at the same time. I was never able to do that with the planner. You see, her health is already almost down. This is unreal. It honestly feels like it's not even a 15 with the amount of damage that you can pump out. And we're not even at full power. Not even close. Not even close. We're gonna see how this plays out, and expect videos for that as well. Again, we're just this boss is no issue. I love the fight. I really do love the fight. I was doing it around, kind of doing the circles around the fights. It was not as fun. I like flying in the air a lot, and I'm just utilizing again the damage being suspended from air in combination with all the cooldown reductions, and a bit more on that center of mass because we're using a tractor field. And then that combo with 1, 2, and 3 is nice for me. It's nice. Okay, so that is the fight, and that is basically it. So let me just quickly check to see if I have anything else to point out for you guys. So yeah, so exploit weakness, again, this activates on bosses that have no shields, and bosses have no shields, all right? But, you know, a tractor field, it like acts as a shield, essentially. It does not activate this. However, what you need to do is you shoot the boss first, and then you attract a field. So that will then pop up as a buff. You can attract a field, and before any of this, you can pop a pill to try to get those 4 to 5 seconds of maximum damage, if it is even feasible, or not. But I am going to take it to try a few things out with this video. I just wanted to do it as I normally do it. It's always a one shot for me as we're climbing up the difficulties. It's absolutely no worry, just like the electric. The radiation is a bit tricky. Now, we did have a close call on Twitch today. We did end up clearing it, but it was absolutely insane. Expect a radiation video on Friday. There's a few things to say on that one, and I am changing up just one little thing for that in regards to the grenade choices that we're using, but expect that on Friday. But everything else here, you know, it seems to be working well for me. I think this is the ultimate spec. I might untech this. We're just playing around with it. I did want to get shield overcharge as we are spicing, doing a lightning gun on that ad, breaking his shield. And I am looking for a lightning gun 5. Basically, I'm looking for weapons on 5, a graded 5 scale right now. That's the first things I want to invest in. Yeah, everything else, manipulate. I mean, you can take it. You can see how we did not use discipline breathing, and at the beginning of the video, I was going to use it. However, you can see very clear there that you know, we were sitting pretty low in stamina, but we're using our movement with the suspensor belt. We're making our rounds, stuff like that. But we do need that stamina, of course, for those quick dodges or if that ad's coming in. Okay, so that is basically it. Let's just check the loot really quick. This is a 15. See if we got anything. Sometimes I get absolutely nothing, like 3 fragments, and it's for 3 schematics, and it's ridiculous. And there's nothing else really to note about the boss. You know, there's many ways to take him down. If you're on a duo, there might be a better strategy. It's just, you know, manage your stamina, of course. Why are we even here? I'm not even surprised. Quick loader, drill K, FK7. I mean, I might keep that, and I might not. All right, guys, that's the video. Again, I hope you learned something on your side. If you want to join me over on Twitch, we are live throughout the week, Monday to Friday. We have quite a lot of chatter in the chats daily. If you have any text on your side, anything to help, you know, the SawSquad, that's what we call ourselves. You know, just join the channel. We're there from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. EST. Give a follow if you want. It'll notify you when we are live. And yeah, you can drop in what you learned. I learned from my viewers all the time, and it's a very chill experience, and I'm loving it. Okay, so that is the fight, and we are en route for the next fight on Fridays. That's the radiation boss, and I think we're going to be doing that one on a difficulty of 16, which means we do have to up our ancient way damage and the way we're handling that fight. There's a few ways that we might handle it. So anyways, tune in on Friday, or I will see you in the next video, and or on Twitch. Have a good night, guys.